Small cap stocks have been on an absolute tear as we approach the new year, with the Russell 2000 small cap index reaching a brand new 52-week high on the date of recording. But in the investing world, there is a phenomenon known as the January effect. And in this video, I want to talk about what the January effect is and why it leads me to believe that there could be a lot more where this came from. Exciting price action, that is, as we kick off the new year of 2024. My name is Royce Jacob, and welcome back to Waves Capital. All right, so per usual, guys, we'll go over each of the subjects we'll be discussing in this video and then dive into each of them individually. First things first, we're going to be reading over a few short paragraphs from this appropriately named article by The Motley Fool titled, "What is the January Effect?" Get a general description or general idea of what the January effect is and why it's relevant to small cap stocks. From there, we're going to be taking a look at a little video. This is a CNBC Pro video featuring Mr. Tom Lee. He called really the year-end S&P price target, S&P 500 that is, pretty almost to the T the beginning of this year. In the beginning of the video, they discussed that a little, the macro, but the primary subject, and really like the 20 seconds I want to watch here, is why he thinks small caps will excel in the year ahead. From there, we are going to be talking about the Russell 2000, or I should say taking a look at the Russell 2000 on the charts, because something very, very, very important just happened today on the charts. And really, this is some of the best news, technically speaking, we could get for small cap stocks as we approach the new year. Okay, so that's the video, you guys. Before we get to reading, please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this, want to ride the waves in the new year. And let me know in the comments down below, are you bullish on small cap stocks? And if so, what is your number one? What's your go-to small cap? Okay, I'll see you downstairs. What is the January effect? The January effect refers to the hypothesis that in January, stock market prices have the tendency to rise more than in any other month. Some analysts consider the January effect minor, others see it as persistent, but only with certain segments of the stock market. Small caps. The history of the January effect. Investment banker Sidney B. Watchell first observed the January effect in 1942. Using data going back to 1925, he noted that small cap companies tended to outperform large cap companies in the first half of January. Numerous studies since then have attempted to detect a more pronounced January effect over time. One study that analyzed data from 1904 to 1974 found that stock returns were 5 times higher than average during the month of January. Another study by Salomon Smith Barney found an average January outperformance of 0.82% when comparing small cap stock returns to large cap stock returns from 1972 to 2002. What causes the January effect? It's been said that tax planning is a major driver of the January effect. According to this hypothesis, investors sell off underperforming stocks in December to lock in a capital loss for the year, thereby reducing their tax bill, which causes a temporary dip in prices. In January, prices recover when buying picks up again. That is, in my mind, what I would say is the primary catalyst for the January effect. Any losing positions, you'll sell them prior to the new year, because if you had any gains in that year, it will offset those gains, or if you lost, then it'll offset some of the income you made elsewhere. Okay, but come the new year, it's a fresh year, fresh tax season, you start buying again. Another potential driver of the January effect stock market anomalies is the year-end bonus. Once they have extra cash available, Christmas money, investors often plow money into the markets and drive stock prices higher. There's also a possibility that investor psychology drives much of the phenomenon. This is the last little segment we'll read. Then we'll jump into this video, okay? So, many people tend to start new things at the beginning of the year, New Year's resolutions. What's your New Year's resolution? Let me know below as well, I guess. And taking a run at the stock market might be one of them. Even just the perception of the new calendar year, believing you're starting fresh or that you've turned over a new leaf, can have a tremendous impact on individual behavior. Okay, so that is, just gives you a general idea of the January effect. There's plenty of articles on this phenomenon across the web. So I do encourage you to go do some digging if you'd like to. But in this video, I really want to focus on small caps. And again, I'm really excited to jump into this chart and talk about what's going on here and upside price targets for the Russell, Also, how you can play this if you agree with the sentiments I share. If you share the sentiment, I should say, when we jump into the charts, okay? But first, let's quickly run over. I would say this is like 20, 30 seconds. We'll see here. So I'm just going to play this, turn the volume up, and give it a listen. Okay, I'm just going to sit back.
Well, I think investors in the next 12 months are going to start to say, what things get fixed if the Fed just stops being so aggressive on rates, right? So if rates fall, and it makes a lot of sense that asset quality gets better if rates fall for the banks, commercial real estate comes back, small caps, which are highly levered or higher levered, really benefit. So to me, this, in the next 12 months, it seems like small caps can be up 50%. The Russell 2000 just crossed 2,000 today. So maybe
50%.
Yeah, so it could be Russell 2000 hitting 3,000.
Boom.
Okay, we're seeing it today.
That's exciting. And once again, as of today, December 19th is the date I'm recording this. The Russell just reached a new all-time high. And as we'll see in the charts, something very, very significant happened as well here. But before we talk technicals, I do want to read over a little bit of the newsletter that I just released this morning, of course, to the portfolio group. This is really the season. It is the season. The gifts just keep on giving. The market is coming through. They're keeping the holiday spirit alive. But I really echoed a lot of my opinions on small caps, why I think this is such an important trend as we approach the new year. So I just want to read over a little bit of this. I covered the Russell in this morning's newsletter as well, some screenshots, but we will be taking a look at the charts. I'm just going to skip that. I just want to read over a few of my more macro opinions on this. Okay, so small caps, I feel like a broken record. But in my mind, this is far and away the most important macro trend shift that we'll be seeing in the year ahead. And again, especially over at Waves Capital, you guys know we prefer small caps. I personally primarily, almost exclusively trade small cap stocks due to the outsized return potential, underlying potential. But the smaller the market cap, the less capital inflow it takes to appreciate the individual share price of that stock. So especially if you're trading options, things could get super exciting, right? So if you want to trade the Russell 2000 or IWM, which we'll be looking at, once again, always your opinion. This is not advice. If you agree with my sentiment, then I'll talk to you a little bit about how you can trade it for yourself. Then be my guest. It looks to me like a fairly safe play following this macro breakout. Little spoiler there. But if you've been a part of Waves Cap for a while, then you know that I prefer picking individual stocks, not playing the indexes. Gains can most definitely be made. Again, especially if you're trading options, but the life-changing gains are made from identifying the diamonds amongst sapphires. It's not very rough out there right now, right? So it's usually diamonds in the rough, but right now it's really diamonds amongst just other gemstones. This comes with greater risk, of course, but with greater risk comes greater potential reward. Small caps will make their comeback in 2024, and I'm feeling extremely confident in the lineup of small cap positions we put together. Exciting times await us, team. So if you want to know exactly which options positions on which small caps I have in place, that is the first link in the description of this video. There you'll find these two. So this is my complete portfolio daily newsletter, $15 a month. This is where you get my daily newsletters, my daily trade alerts, a full breakdown of every options position, stock position, crypto position in my portfolio. And then after this, I do write another price targets newsletter as well. That's every day, you guys. So check that out. Again, my complete portfolio and daily newsletter. And, if you're not familiar with trading options yet, if you want to get into options, again, new year, new leaf, I also have a special running, a New Year's special until January 2nd for my new options course. This is the most comprehensive options content I've put out in, my 4 years of content creation. So go check that out. It's $19 now. Come January 2nd, it is going to go up to $29. So if you want to hop on that, that's also the first link in the description of this video. Appreciate you guys. If you really want to take the step up, the next step, and join Waves Capital. But if not, no worries at all. Let's talk about the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index. Many of you guys who, if you're at all vetted on looking at charts or chart reading, you know exactly what's happened here. But the Russell 2000, with this brand new 52-week high, has just locked in a daily candle closure, which in my mind is really the signifier of a successful break, has locked in a 1D candle closure above the line of resistance on the channel it's been in. So this is the sideways channel, this trading range that it's been in since the first touch point on this line of resistance was all the way back in August of 2022. So we have been in this range for a year and a half, right, guys? We have been trapped under this line of resistance for so long. And as of today, we have officially closed a 1D candle above this line. It's very likely to me that we will close a 1 week candle as well, which is why I'll zoom out here. And right now, things are looking so incredibly bullish on top of all of the fundamental momentum for small caps. I just want to say, I forgot I had this tab open right here, but if you want to, I talk about some charts about why the Russell, specifically in small caps, are historically oversold relative to mega caps on like a forward PE, which is price to earnings ratio basis. Go check out this video. You can just type in Bro Jacob small caps or something, or just the title of this and it'll pop up. Go check that out if you're curious, if you haven't watched it. But I just wanted to let you guys know there, because small caps, even after this rally, are still historically undervalued, okay? So that is a strong fundamental thesis, or a strong fundamental bull argument, I should say. There are a lot of other things, again, rate cuts, January effect, which we just covered. So this technical breakout, I wouldn't even say it's a cherry on top, is like really, really objectively bullish for anyone who's trading this stock. And I will say right now, I do think now that we have locked in this breakout, we're on the week, so we can zoom out here. We can even go to the monthly, to be honest, because we're zooming all the way back to 2011. I do think that it's entirely possible, and I actually think it's likely that by the spring of 2024, so I'm talking, like May, the end of May, maybe going into the summer, by June 1st, I do think that the Russell can make its way up to test this long-term macro trend line that has been in place since 2011. Right here, March of 2011 is really the first touch point on this long-term, decade-plus long line of resistance. And that would take us to, again, I guess May 1st is where I drew this in, a retest of the Russell's all-time high back in November of 2021, around 240, or about 20% up from here. So now when it comes to playing this, if you do want to play this for yourself, it's 100% up to you. You always make your own decision. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm just saying, if I were to play this upon this belief that the Russell will see $240 by May of 2024, I would personally buy a $220. So it would be well in the money, but if it does achieve. Right now we're at 200, it would be well in the money. I would personally buy probably a March 15th, 2024 contract. So that is the expiration date is March 15th of 2024 with a $220 strike price on the IWM. That is how I'd buy it. Those are call options contracts. And, we'll see what happens from here. So again, you guys, if you do want to learn how to trade options, if you're unfamiliar, I did my best in this course right here. Take advantage of the New Year's offer if you do want to do that. If you want to trade with me on a daily basis, if you want to know what I'm doing in my personal portfolio day to day, along with receiving my email newsletters, dude, I'm so excited for the year ahead of us. And I'm excited to ride with you guys who are existing members. So if you want to join either of these, link to sign up is in the description for the final time. And again, you guys, I'm just really excited for what's ahead of us. We have a banger of a year, definitely a banger of a Q1 ahead of us. And again, I'm just pumped to ride it out with you guys. So get psyched. The holiday season is still in full effect. And, it's just a good time. Everyone loves the holidays. And I'm stoked to just be here with you guys. And, we're back. Okay. So I'll see you guys downstairs in the comments. Until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.